This is the story of Sir Lancelot, the best horse ever. Now that's me on a horse in Mexico way back in 2006. It was the last time I ever rode a horse. And if you're a rider yourself, you'll notice right off the bat, I don't know what I'm doing, nor do I look comfortable on a horse. I always pictured them running as fast as they can with me falling off the back. So to think that one day I would help own a horse would be a strange thought to have. But sometimes, strange things come true. My wife, seen here being very comfortable on a horse, has always loved horses. She volunteers at a horse and pony rescue here in Illinois called Casey's Safe Haven. They take in equines that have no other place to go. It was there that she learned that a Friesian, her favorite breed, was coming in to the rescue and would be looking for a home. Here's footage of her meeting him for the first time. She was taken back by how large and handsome he was.
So this is me next to his shoulder.
She had met her dream horse and wanted to adopt him, all 1,400 pounds and 17.1 hands of him. Before I could say, wait, what? We were signing the papers to own Sir Lancelot, the huge Friesian horse. Now Lancelot wasn't your normal horse. He was somehow injured and installed for years. A veterinarian told us it's a common mistake people make after such an injury. They wait for the horse to heal, but then stall it for too long. It was like someone imported an expensive sports car, rode it to the ground, and then stuck it in a garage. Since Lancelot had suffered a serious leg injury and arthritis had set in, he was never to be ridden again. Useless for anyone who rides horses, but for me, the perfect horse. I spent time trying to get him to trust me, as it seemed his history with humans wasn't always positive. After a few months, when he had built up enough strength, the excellent people at Casey's helped us move him into his new home, which was only a half hour away from us. Once at his new home, we set up a Facebook page to keep all of his friends up to date on his progress. We didn't want to leave his side that first night, but we had to, as we had other animals at home to care for, as well as jobs to go to. Sir Lancelot instantly became a big hit at the barn, as he always had his big head sticking out to greet everyone. Along with his previous holistic ointment treatment, we put him on some joint supplements, set up some veterinarian visits, and started walking him around. He really loved to be outside eating grass. After years of being inside, Lance was back to having somewhat of a normal horse life, and I was having fun being around a horse. We would make him work out a little when we were there. We worked a lot on getting him to pick up those big feet. My wife was living her dream of owning a Friesian, and I was not only getting the fun chore of often cleaning his stall, but was soon also walking him.
I dropped my hand. There you go. Because then you're more relaxed and he'll be more relaxed.
We would let him explore the multiple outside yards at the barn. We loved just watching him walk around on his own. His confidence was building so much that he was finally getting comfortable around other horses. It seemed with every visit progress was being made, and by the summer he was walking stronger and letting us give him some nice showers. We enjoyed watching him build up his strength, and after workout time we always let him enjoy grass time, which was his favorite time. It was becoming routine for us to get home from our jobs, then go right out to the barn to spend time with him. We saw the time spent with him paying off, as he was now trotting in some unique style he had. What a beautiful boy.
There you go. Good boy.
Owning a horse is a lot of work. Even though we wanted to spend all night with him, we did have to get home to our other pets. Except our cat. She really didn't need us, as long as we left the TV on for her. Since my wife and I work on rotating schedules at different zoos, we don't always share the same weekend. So I had lots of times where it was just me and Lance. I look forward to each and every time I got to go out to see him. Who would have thought that I was papa to a big horse? He was my best horse friend ever. We enjoyed each other's silly personality and ended every meeting with a hug, where I would tell him how proud I was of him. One night in August, all that working out he was doing seemed to pay off. We always let him off the lead at the end of the night, and on this night, he seemed extra frisky. So I thought I would run in front of his trotting to show him my speed. When all of a sudden, Lancelot kicked it up a notch and went from a trot to a canter. We thought we would never see this horse canter. Needless to say, I lost both races, but I was so proud of Lancelot I didn't care at all. At this point, he was now used to being out in all the fields of the barn. We knew after years of being locked inside how much he loved just being outside eating grass. We let him eat as much as possible as we knew fall was coming up. Since the cold weather would be hard on his joints, we started him on an acupuncture treatment and got him a few winter coats. We kept up our walks with him to keep him limber, and it seemed he enjoyed the winter weather as much as spring or fall. While my wife was out of town, I got to drive out to see him after work on Christmas, and actually had one of the best Christmases ever alone with Sir Lancelot. I even started training him some of the behaviors that I taught to the animals at the zoo. We all were having some amazing times together. Even in the coldest days of January, he would still be his normal silly self. He loved playing in the snow. But it wasn't all fun, as the coldest temperature in Chicago in 34 years, 23 below, was recorded on the morning of January 30th, 2019. He, along with all the other horses, were closed in the barn for some time. We would then have to walk around the aisle of the barn to keep him moving along. His legs actually surprised us in this freezing cold. We thought he would be more stiff, but I guess the acupuncture and other general care given to his legs were really working well. Here we are in late February, just weeks away until warmer weather was on its way. I was leaving on a trip, so I told him when I got back in the country in 2 weeks that spring would soon be returning and we would have yet another year of eating grass. Sadly, it was the last time I ever saw him, and just days after, my wife went out to visit him. After a nice visit, she drove home. While driving home, she was called and told that Lance was laying down in a stall. Because of his legs, Lance never laid down, so she knew he somehow must have fallen to the ground. When she returned to the barn, he would not get back up. Lance had fallen a few times before and always gotten back up. She and others from the barn tried for hours to get him to lift his head and get back on his feet. While she didn't see any evidence of him slipping and there was no ice around, we won't ever know why he went to the ground, but this time he didn't want to get back up. She had to make the very hard call to have the veterinarian put him to sleep. She stayed with him, stroking his head and remembering all the good times she had with her dream horse. And when I got back in town, she told me the horrible news. We think of him every day and wish we had more time with this amazing horse. But with a rescued animal, you never know just how much time you'll get. Thanks for watching, and thank you, Sir Lancelot, for all the love you gave us. We were honored to be your parents.